Bingo. Bingo. Bingo.
I was a year older, and I graduated before him. He was going to be a senior, and so at that time in my life, that was my focus, to find Jason so we can live happily ever after. That was something I always felt from the time that I met him. I can't really explain that. That's a whole nother story and topic that we can discuss at a later date. But I fully felt that that was something that was supposed to happen. So when I was 18, I was like, all right, I'm here. Let's live life. Let's get married, have some kids. I'm ready. Let's do this. But I wasn't ready.
Of course not.
Were you ready?
I was still in high school.
I don't know. It's like, what were we thinking? I were watching too much All My Children or something. I don't know. Back then,
we were like together.
Yes, we dated.
Or whatever.
We dated for some time, and it was lovely, and it was nice.
And then
it wasn't. And then
a lot of it really just centered on the fact that I was still in high school, and she was a grown adult, like having
supposed grown adults.
Adult by age, not by responsibility.
Exactly that.
But still had a full-time job like during the day and had to pay rent and whatever else and things, and I still had to do like homework and stuff. So
right. So I'd get mad.
Only a matter of time.
I'd get mad. It's like I'm like about to go out hanging out with my friends. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I have school in the morning. I'm like, you're whack. But he wasn't whack. But he was whack.
Yeah.
Because he was still going out with his friends.
Nah, not like that. Not like after high school.
But
not like after high school. Not close. Like after high school. Well, again, that's for comments and more stories.
Right. I mean, 30 years of stories are abound. There's bound to be one that somebody wants to hear.
Good Lord.
So let's just cut to the chase. We broke up. It was devastating. I was devastated. It was heart-wrenching. It was a horrible breakup. Yeah. It was a mutual understanding, but it was really my fault. Like I can be honest, because I was older and wanted to do other things in which that he wasn't prepared to do yet because his mom wouldn't let him. So there's that.
Again, just to clarify, I was still in high school.
Right.
Okay. All right. High school stories. Yeah. I had like basketball practice.
Yeah. So, but my internals were like tore up. Like, something's not right in the universe. This should be ending. So it was very hard for me for some time. But, as things do, life goes on. Life happened.
You moved back to Ohio.
I moved back to Ohio, but to like a different part of Ohio to live my own life in truth, which was
as an adult.
Fully adult exciting.
More comments, more stories.
One of the things that we would do was go back to New York for our family reunions with the 150,000 family members. So I came back one year, was going to stay for the whole summer with my sister, and very excited about it. I met some guy. Wait, let me change that story.
You don't need to get everybody in trouble.
I know. Cut to 1995?
1995.
Oh, damn. Every 5 years we would have a family reunion. The very first one we had was in 1990, and that's when Jason and I were together, and he actually came to my family's very first family reunion. So that was an interesting side note.
31 years ago. That's the picture that's on our opening.
That is. That picture is in the opening. And it's not in. It won't be in all the openings. But
that's what we should be like.
We should have that.
We should be like, that's this picture.
We have this picture. Yes. We won't even mention it. I'll just put it there.
Okay.
So 1995 came for our second family reunion. Decided to go to the store. I don't even know what I was doing. I don't even know why. Whatever. I walk in and I see this person, and I froze. I think I started sweating. I didn't know how to breathe. I was like, I beelined past all the people and around the corner into like way back of the store. Like, oh my gosh, he can't see me. Like, I don't even know how he would even think. Like, I don't even know. This is weird. So I took, I swear, like a half an hour, 45 minutes to get some chips. It was very stressful. Minutes up in the PNC. I just gotta say. So finally I was like, look girl, he is gone. He ain't not nowhere's nears around the store no more. Take your ass back to your sister's house. So I come out of the grocery store and there he is in his car pulling down the street.
I was attending college at the Rochester Institute of Technology, and was, back home for the summer. And I was actually at my mom's one day. I think she, needed something from the store or whatever. So I jumped in the car and was on my way to the store. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it might have been sandwiches or something, because I was initially going to go.
This is your story.
So I was going to go to the local deli. And instead of going to the local deli, as I'm driving past the local grocery store, something just came over me. And so I just kind of slammed on the brakes and just pulled into that parking lot, parked, and just went into the store. Left the store, had no idea that Melissa was there, like zero clue that she was there. Went out to my car, and even though I don't think it was like 45 minutes. I think that you were just nervous.
It was like 3 days. I was in 3 days standing in the produce section.
She was nervous. She was scared and she was nervous. And was probably more nervous because trying not to be a PF.
It was like 3.5 days. And I probably was trying to not be my PF.
So, because I remember like pulling out of the parking spot, and as I was driving, through the parking lot, looking up and seeing her walking out of the damn store.
Wait, didn't you go circle around or something like that?
Well, because I was like on my way out and I saw you walk out of the store, so I had to like circle around, and I was like 80% sure it was you. Like I had to make sure it was you or not, obviously. And then I remember as I pulled up to you, it was definitely you, and I couldn't have been happier. I could have been happier. Like the circumstances of the time were just crazy. And then I asked you if you wanted to do something that night. Yes.
So I'm freaked out because I didn't want to see him. And then he's like, hey! And I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
We're like really adults now, 23. Like, whoa, we're living our lives. And we ran into each other, and he asked me if I wanted to hang out. And I said yes. And so I went back to my sister's house, told her the whole story. She was freaking out because she knows the whole story about, our history from at that point. She already knew our history. So for about 7 hours, 6 hours, however many hours it was before he said he was coming to pick me up, was like, he's not going to come. He was just saying that to be nice. He's got his own life and things happening. Like, I am not on his radar. Like, all of that was going through my head before he was supposed to come and pick me up.
And I canceled like every plan that I possibly had, because it was like the summer, like friends were coming back from college. We were doing stuff every night. Like every night was a different party at a different place, like different thing. And I canceled everything and didn't tell anybody why until later, until after you had already come and gone.
We literally just sat and just talked about all the things that went wrong back in the day and how, we wished each other well in their future and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I left and he left and that was it. I don't think we saw each other again that whole time.
We didn't.
But it was just like a nice little drop of sunshine in, the span of life. At that moment, I was like, oh, closure. We got closure on, our 18-year-old shenanigans, and that was a good time.
Yeah.
And, back to our lives.
Yeah. I mean, it was very bittersweet for me, because I had never, the way things had left, remember, like the last time I really saw you, I was really technically still in high school. So it was just, like it was so just fulfilling to see you and spend time with you. But it was really bittersweet because it was also a realization that we both had these, like, you know, our whole lives going on, and we both had a lot of stuff happening in our lives at that time for people who were pretty young. So,
Yeah.
you know, there was also a realization of there was probably no real chance at that point in time to ever like really like be with you,
Right.
or like be in a relationship with you or anything. And, I mean, I could barely take care of myself. And everything else that was going on in my life, which, again, comments, more stories, let me know. It was very great and wonderful, and I held on to those moments for years. Like, for years.
So did
I
I.
held on to those moments for years.
So did I. Were you back living here? You weren't even living here.
I
You
was
came
just
to visit.
visiting, and
Right.
that was why, to me, that's always been crazy.
But so was she.